week, the Toledo Mud Hens must have felt like the Chicago White Sox in the movie Field of Dreams. No, it wasn't heaven, it was Iowa. As Matt Melzak joins us now. Hens won 5 of 6 from the Cubs in Iowa. What a difference a week makes.
It is amazing, Mark, how things can turn. You go to St. Paul, you lose 5 out of 6. Very easily could have been 6 out of 6. And then you turn around and you go to Iowa, and you really could have done the absolute reverse. So it's amazing what happens when you're hitting the baseball. The Mud Hens certainly did that. I mean, even the 19, yes, you got a 19-run game. That'll really skew the numbers for sure. However, every game they were scoring runs. And when you're scoring runs and you're scoring them in bunches, the way the Hens are and were in this past week, you're going to win a lot of games. It's simple math. And you know what? The Hens took advantage of that win that can really blow there in Iowa. And they hit some bombs. They hit a bunch and did what they needed to do.
Keeping with this Kevin Costner baseball movie quote theme, in Bull Durham we learned sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, sometimes you get rained out. They did get rained out the one day. They had to deal with rain delays all week long in Iowa.
Yeah, it felt like every day we're never going to get these games started. But you know what? The Hens, it worked to their advantage because they were ready every time once they did throw out that first pitch, including that doubleheader, Mark. But, you know, it's interesting when you start to get, you know, this time of the year in Iowa, they got a ton of rain, and it just happens that the Hens were there. You know, sometimes you get into this part of the year, you don't see a drop for a month, and you just play every day, and you don't have any problems. Hopefully, knock on wood, with the Hens returning home for 2 straight weeks. Mother Nature's done dealing us any weather, and we're ready to go.
That's right. The Clippers are in town this week, Omaha the following week. Columbus towards the top of the standings in the West, Mud Hens towards the bottom of the standings, but next day starting pitcher is the best thing of momentum in baseball.
Yeah, it really is, Mark. And you know what? With the way the Hens are hitting the baseball right now, I mean, if they can keep that going. Now, they're going to face a pretty good pitching staff. You know, Cleveland always seems to have guys coming along. They always have another arm, as shown by this year with, you know, a couple of guys that were in Columbus earlier in the year that are now pitching for the Guardians in the major league. So it just shows you that they have a wealth of arms. So it'll be something to keep an eye on during this week's series. And then obviously Omaha coming in, Kansas City. They're trying to rebuild their farm system and rebuild their team completely. But, you know, they're usually a team that can hit the baseball pretty well. So we'll see how they are in 2 weeks. But it'll be interesting to watch Columbus this week. You know, it's always nice to when that Detroit-Cleveland rivalry shows up, Mark. And it doesn't matter where it's at, whether it's Detroit-Cleveland actually playing or at the AAA level with the Mud Hens and the Clippers.
School not in session, so a great chance, perhaps the last chance to get out for some of those weeknight games. A lot of fun stuff happening at that ballpark.
You know what? You got the 7 o'clock starts all the way up until Sunday, and then a 4 o'clock Sunday game. And then next week, we'll go into some of the 6:30 starts in the midweek. So, yeah, as school starts to get back in, high school football, I know you guys are getting ramped up for that as well. It's crazy at this time of the year. We love it.
Absolutely.
And it's awesome when you have baseball going, when you've got football getting started. It's a great time of the year, Mark.
Hens and Clippers every night this week at 7 o'clock. See the games live right here on BCSN. Sunday, of course, the afternoon game. Matt Melzak, thank you so much for joining us.
Appreciate it, Mark, as always.